the two islands on the outside for 37 million, I think.
I'm still doing the 107s with my Punishers.
Yeah, that's what I'm using.
Yeah, I don't have a fleet of Punishers. I've just got one built, and then I've got an anti-one built, so I can't do it with that. But go on to the next slide. Go on to the next slide, guys. And basically they're telling you what the tiers are now and what the levels are, how many points are there. I'm just going to go over this stuff real quick. I mean, we've already been doing the FM now for 4 or 5 days, so.
Hey, I'm going to break in.
Where are you at right now so I get caught up? Sorry I'm late.
Lou, we're on the release notes, the Forsaken Council pages. That top left picture, I clicked on it. I'm on the second page, just getting ready to go to the third.
All right, one
So
question.
the concussive plating 2 page? New FM prizes?
Yep, you can go right through them. I'm just going over the prizes and what's new for the FM. I'm just trying to blaze through that and get to what we really want to talk about.
All right, one question for tier 5. Now, can you do that 2 times, or is that just the first time, and then the second time you do it, you only get to tier 4, or can you do tier 5 twice?
Yes, you can. I've been
Do
doing
tier 5 twice.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're doing tier 5 twice, man, good job, dude. I mean, I'm still not there yet. Thank God that the 2 prizes that are in there besides shards, I've got them already, so I'm not too concerned about getting to 5 yet because I've got no shards yet.
Yeah, because a couple times I've done tier 5 on the second time, and I've got jack crap.
Really?
I'd be sending a ticket in.
That's why I was wondering if it was you could only do it once or not.
Sounds like you need to put a ticket in.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so yeah, I'm on the concussive plating pictures right there. This is a pretty good little armor for your base, man. I've already started refitting my front turrets that are at I guess level 7 or 8, whatever the top upgrade is on a turret, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But I've already started refitting these on my front weapons.
Yeah, that would definitely make somebody have to sit there and pound on them for a while.
Or just drive through them and take an ass whooping.
You're going to have to refresh, Prey.
The next slide is the Zenite armor D2 through D4, what they are, and that's concussive defense. That's for your boats. So if you're running up against something that's a sub killer,
your channel is recording.
This is a great armor for if you got sub killers out there, or if you're going to be taking on like a fleet versus fleet out there. And you're
Would that do good against the Basilics?
Concussive defense.
Yeah, not corrosive. Concussive. This is all torpedoes and the new dang it, sorry guys, the new weapon that goes on the
Gatling gun.
Yeah, the Gatling gun. Right. Thanks a lot, bud.
Okay.
Then the new FM prize that I was really liking. The next picture is the ATR transformer. This thing looks pretty cool. I don't know if any of the bigger guys have got one of these, but man, I want this.
I just got it today. I haven't had a chance to put it on yet.
I ain't got it yet.
Really?
Got shards.
Yeah, I got it today, and I don't want it. I got it yesterday.
Have you put it on anything yet, Mojo?
No, I don't even know what it's about. I haven't read any stats or nothing.
Well, there's the stats on it right there. Basically, and I'll go over the other transformers when we do the turrets and stuff. But this gives a bonus range, is what I was really liking. What I'm having now is I'm having the Revenges come in, the ones that are getting my base. Are guys who are taking their time and letting the full range come out there. For some reason, they can get my Basilics and shoot them out of there without my Basilisk laying onto them. I've kind of straightened that up now on making them come in, but if I could have 10+10 range on it, that's going to definitely stretch out all your Basilisks if you get it on there. And I'm really liking this. I don't know how long it'll stand there at just a level 7 turret, but without the the other transformers or the right armor on it. So, and we'll talk about that when we get to the turret stuff. But if you got this, man, I'd start refitting your Basilisks with it, or anything on your front line, especially if you can reach them first.
That's my problem, because they keep on sniping my Basilisks out before they even fire.
This will stop that.
All right.
Okay, so that's all the slides on the FM and all the release notes, all the new stuff with that kind of stuff. Now I want to get in, if you click out of that, and then the next set of slides, they're Apollo slides, and that's kind of what the pictures that you see there. There's 34 slides on this. This is what you guys voted on. I'm going to do this for the next, month or so, because I want to know what you guys want information on so I can get it there, so we can all discuss it and get it all right the first time. That's what this class is all about. It's communicating with everybody, communicating with the mentors, the mentorees, letting you guys all get together. Let's hash it out. Let's I'm not saying that what I got going on here is the best stuff. I don't have a lot of the tech. I'm kind of a low end mid coiner, I would say, for me. I don't coin fleet, so I try to build them right the first time. So the slow way. So if you guys can find that. If you can find that Apollo build, go ahead and just click on it, and what you got?
My Apollos is Hellspawn's build, and I have no problems doing any of the raid with it, and the 107s or the 123s. I can wipe out a 123, no problem with it.
Yeah, nice. And like I said, I don't have any of these building yet. I'm still building Punishers and Revenges, and then I'm going to go right back into finishing up my subs, because that's what's coming up. So basically, I have holes to build. Yeah, they're a little old, but I think the Revenge is still a good hole in the game. I still believe Punishers is your number one do all fleet now. So I want to get my Punishers done, and I want to get my Revenge fleet done, and then I'll get on either this Apollo or whatever else comes up in the future. I think the next one's a hull raid. So,
and if you got the Punishers, get him skulled this weekend.
And no, next month is not a hull raid. August is
weapons on the Apollo build.
So
no, I'm talking about the Punishers. The Punisher is a good ship and does good in a lot of this stuff still, but get them ranked up.
Okay, let's just move the class along.
Good.
All right, so here's the Apollo build. If you click on it, the first one there, basically I built it with all blades, and then with 2 Phalanx 4s, and I put armor on here just to show you where the weight ton was. If you wanted to put them on, them are all D2E. I would build this without armor until I got it ranked, but I just wanted to show a full hull, what I would say would be the best at this stage in the game. So that's for what tech I got. But what that is 2, 4, 6, that's 8 blades and 2 Phalanx 4s. And my specials, I got the Speed System 5, the Guidance Missile, Interception System, and then the Agility System. I think 4 right there. And I've got a couple of these that are limited, but Agility 3, if you got them retroed up. And I'll tell you, I put this special on there down here. I forget what it's called, but it gives you 50% turret defense, and then it gives you all your bonuses to your Phalanx system.
Front line.
Yeah, so it's a good. I wanted to run Siege Battery 3 is what I would have put on this, but this give me still the 50% turret defense and boost up my Phalanxes, because I was going to try to run this without a anti-ship. So if you click on the next one, I mean, that's the stats down the side of it, man. They're pretty good. It's got good armor points to it. It's retargetable. The anti-missile range, man, all that is, just huge for the Phalanx. My evade bonus on this was 72%, and that's with them 5D5Es. Otherwise, it would be lower than that. And if you click the next slide, here it comes up. It'll show you the speed. Now, the combat speed on this is 28 right out of the gate, and this thing speeds up as you go, which I don't have these built, so you guys know if you've got a boat that's running 28, it's going to be flying at its top speed. Am I right, guys?
Yes. Yeah, they get to moving fast.
So that's my first build. I know a lot of people don't have the blades that have the Apollo in the lower side. So let's see here. My next picture was the blades with the switchblades. I know a lot of people just have the switchblades, but I want to stress that, and I haven't built this, and I haven't even used a switchblade yet. But I can tell you everything that I've heard about this is that it is a countermeasure first, and then a weapon. And if you have anything shooting at you in missiles, and these things are firing off their antis, it's not going to kill it. Am I right, Lube, or whoever's got these Apollos built with switchblades?
Well, I only got one built, and I haven't really noticed that, but I also basically used it as a tank and let my rhinos, rhinos do all the work. But
I got a fleet of 5 of them with the switchblades on it, and it's Hellspawn's build, and I'm doing great with it.
I want to see how you do with them in the next raid that comes up. You got all switchblades on there, BC?
Yipper.
I thought you had one phalanx on there.
Well, I got one phalanx. I got one phalanx on there, and 2 Harrier missiles. Rest are the these other switchblades. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually was talking with Hellspawn about this, and with the switchblade and the phalanx, this phalanx will give it enough time to switch over. So it will work with the switchblades with a phalanx 4.
Yeah. I put that other missile on there just in case if I want to mix it with the Centurion or this new ship, because that'll give that ship to respond off of the missiles.
well, you can do that, but I mean, I've seen so many different ideas with this whole in blades or switchblades. I know the guys and the gals with the full switchblades are doing well. I know Biz has a pretty salty fleet that he done well, and I know it's loaded up with a lot of switchblades. But it's just really, we're gonna, I think he's got a list here of things he's gonna run down on this thing and different options and builds. So.
Yeah, Hellspawn has definitely contacted me on this. I think he's made a video. He's put it up on the video page. I was going to try to pull it up and get it on here, but man, I've been busy, guys. I'm going to let Hellspawn talk about that. Hellspawn, are you on, bud? Maybe not. Anyway, the next slide is a defense platform level 3. Let me know when you guys get there.
Uh-huh.
I'm here.
I see it.
If you're building defense platforms, you know what this is right here. Defense, they start out at 1 and they go to 7, I believe. Yep. So basically, I just wanted to show a blank hole of what it is and this power supply. Every time that you upgrade this right here, the power goes up on it. So power is a big thing. That's where I'm at. I'm sure that where everybody else has got all these turrets built and everything specialed up on them, that they're running out of base power. So I try to be very careful with that. That's one key that I try to deal with all the time. The next slide is a defense level 5. This is basically this is one of the turrets that are in my base right here. It's an executioner. I've got the therabolic casting on there. That's going to give it a bonus. and I got one little armor. I think I actually built this on a level 4, and then I just upgraded it to a 5. I'm trying to get them all up. But this is just one little build, and I'll go over all that builds and stuff here in just a minute. I just wanted to show you what I got going on. The next slide is my defense platform level 7. And this is as high as you can get one of these turrets. This is how I got my frontline turrets up, and this is what I was talking about with that new armor that just came out in the FM. I'm pulling off one of the missiles because when I built these turrets, rhinos were the thing that were coming in my base. I was dealing with missile fire. So I'm going to pull the missile off there because I'm not dealing with any missiles at the moment. I'm dealing with these Revenges, and I'm going to put that new concussive armor on these right here, all the way across them 4s, and they'll all fit on there. So I've already got one going. And I'm going to change this transformer if I can get that transformer out of tier 5 on my second go. But this thing right here, I mean, this thing, when them Revenges come in, they don't kill this. They drive around this. And I can show you my base. They start getting hit, when they come in, and they take it all the way around to the backside, and it's still surviving when they get around there and try to get my outpost when they're just trying to drive in. Just click the back of my base. They don't make it when they do that because this thing right here just chews them up. I got 3 of these in my base that's just like this. And then the next one was, this is just a picture of my glacial turret in the eruption prior, and I'll go over all the specials and what goes with what here when we go through them. But this is the other turret that I got in here. I don't know if I want to change this or not right now. If you're running a Frosty or a Harlock or anything that's got any kind of a, what do I want to say here?
An aura to it.
Yeah, if anything's got an aura to it, this thing fires away at it. It takes that aura away. So if it's trying to slow me down or speed me up or slow down my fire rate, it's not going to happen when this thing fires. So I just got one of these in my base. And then the next one was back on a 5 and how I got it built.
User in your channel is recording.
And another level 5, that's another executioner. And now I got a picture of the Deadeye Executioner is where I'm at now, guys.
User in your channel timed out.
And what I want to go over, I didn't put down all of the turrets that are in the game. Man, we could have been talking about that for hours and hours on everything. I took some big pictures of overall researchable stuff. I wanted to talk about the top things in the game. These Deadeyes right here, Deadeye Executioner. I'm telling you, if you got a base of Deadeye Executioners at a level 7 turret with that transformer on there, man, I'm telling you, you're going to do a lot of damage to the boats before they ever get in your channel if you had 5 or 6 of these built. So that's the number 1 missile in your base is the Deadeye. The next slide is just a regular Executioner. Again, you can pump this up on a level 7. It's not going to shoot 3. It's just going to shoot 2, but they do good damage too. So if you guys ever go into a base and it's all Executioners, man, look out. And like I said,
half my base is Executioners and Deadeyes, and I had somebody could walk through my base.
Do you got a level 7?
Go ahead, Hornet.
No, I was just going to see if are they all leveled up to level 7 with that transformer that does the damage?
User in your channel is recording.
They're all at level 7. Transformers, I'm not too for sure of, but I know they have them on there.
And the specials that Hornet has on there?
I don't know about the same special now.
That's what I got. I got 5 of them in my base, and they really don't seem to be doing anything. I don't have the specials that Hornet has on his. I'm going to be switching mine over to it.
So I will definitely point out the specials to put on each one of these turrets that I'm talking about tonight. When I get to the specials, man, that makes all the difference. That thermobaric casting, it's a researchable one. As you come up through the game, it should be researchable in your intel lab. And then And then the other one, and I don't know how easy it's going to be for the people now to get it. I got this, it's a Fire Platform M, I think it is. I think I got slides of that stuff later on, but I got them out of a Drac base. And basically when I run that, and then 2 specials that I put on there, on them executioners, is that thermobaric casting, and I think it's Fire Platform M. And that's giving me about 40 to 50% more damage just by getting hit. And then things can't get shot down. They're 100% accurate. So they're going to hit pretty much all the way around unless you got real high evade, which, I've seen these things miss back before, but now I can see the damage because they boosted the damage so much. The next turret I got, did I talk about the glacial turret?
That's next.
Yeah, this glacial turret, it was another, I think it was a FM prize. I've got one of these. It's a good one. It does the damage. I'll always have this in there. I mean, this does 65,000 damage right here. So I know it's only going to fire once before it gets taken out. I try to get 2 shots off on it, but most of the time it's usually 1 shot or they're trying to pinch it. So that's the glacial turret. The next one is, this is offered in the tier 4 of the FM now. It's the Draken Scattergun. I know way back when this first came out, I had no way of attaining it. So I finally got it. The problem with this is that by the Basilics and this are pretty, the damage is double on this, but I'm going to get 2 shots off on my Basilics compared to 1 shot of this is basically what it comes down to. So, but it is a good scattergun. If you guys got it, man, and you build it up on level 7 with them specials that I'll talk about here in a little bit, it's going to be a killer. I mean, you got 2 of them in there. That's quite a bit of damage, 18,000 times 2.
I put that, I got one of those in my base. I put it behind my Basilisk.
The next turret is a Basilisk. I love these things, man. That's all I've got in my base. These and Executioners, and Apox, and that's all I've got. I love it. It does a lot of damage. It's 10,000, and I'm telling you, a level 7, it'll just sit there and shoot and shoot and shoot, and until they actually cut through the walls to get to it. So, and if they're going to sit there and cut through the walls, they're going to be taking on all my defensive fleet that I got in there, and that's an important thing too. And I didn't go over any of that stuff, but I'm hoping that they come out with a new base guard boat. Would be nice, but the Basilisk, that's where I'm at now. The next one I got on there is the Frostbite rocket. That's what I was talking about. Basically, it eliminates all the aura on any of the other fleets. I don't know is anybody using any of these?
User in your channel.
I got one, but past that I don't.
Yeah, I got one.
The one turret that I didn't have in here, man, I really wanted to talk about. There was the Wendigo, and then there was another one. It was some kind of a launcher. I didn't get any of them turrets. Are you guys running any of them in your base?
It was just called a cryo launcher, and it was pretty weak.
Yeah, I've never even made any of those, but I do have the Wendigo, and I still use the Wendigo. And I actually think the Wendigo does a little bit of damage on the Revenge.
The anti-rocket.
It looks like it does when mine fires.
There was another turret besides that one. It was kind of like a Jav. I can't remember what the name of them. There was 2 of them.
Harpoon.
Well, I got the Harpoon, but there was another one.
It was a Basilisk.
Javelin.
No, it's like a Javelin, only it's not.
It's called the Basilisk, and it is a railgun.
It's 200 199 range.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't have any of them. I didn't know if anybody was running any of them, but those are slides that I didn't have on here because I couldn't even obtain them. I tried to go back into all the old pictures and stuff like that, but
That's something. I got them. I got pictures of them.
I know, damn it. That's why I need to see you all the time.
Well, normally 95% of the time you can find me in TeamSpeak on a game called Battle Pirates.
Hey, I nominate I nominate Mojo to give the next class.
Now, veto.
Oh.
Damn it.
I have a picture of the basilisk.
Hey, throw it up on that mentor page there in the comments if you could.
I'm doing that now.
Anyway, the frostbite turret, that's that one. The next slide is the Apocalypse mortar. This is the king of the mortars. I don't know if they're doing much damage anymore, but it sure looks cool when I watch the playbacks or I'm watching a battle and these things are just laying in it, just the fire. I know it keeps all the Punishers, it keeps everything else out of my base, but the Revenges, it seems like they can kind of sit in it sometimes.
Well, what it does do is it is very effective against the Vendetta. I mean, it will murder a Vendetta.
What is this?
The Apocalypse. The new
Okay.
ship is very, very weak against anything explosive. That's the Vendetta's downfall. So the APOC is viable again.
Amen. I'm glad to see it because I still got them. And they're
I
built up.
kept them too.
And the next slide is this pyrolastic turret. And guys, I'm going to tell you, I abandoned mine. I built these, but I'll tell you what, I've watched JD's base get hit 3 or 4 times. He's got this still on 3 of his turrets, and they are at level 7. They have got a transformer on them, and he's got the defensive transformer on them. So it's not putting out as much damage as it should, but it's sitting there, and he's got them back to back in 2 places. Basically where his defense fleet is laying in there. When they come in there to take out the Enforcer, they're just laying in this flamethrower. And I'll tell you what, this thing right here is doing some major damage. I would have never believed it until I watched it myself, but these things are still viable against the Revenge if they stop there and this thing just breathes on them.
I think it says salvo of 8, so I'm guessing that damage is 8,800 per salvo. Would be my assumption why they do so much damage.
And what's crazy about it is the guys that, the same guy that hit me last hit JD too. And I sat there and watched this thing, and he just stopped right in there and had 3 of them. He stopped where 3 of these were just blazing on him when he was trying to kill the Enforcer and come around, and he's got a Tiger in his base with scatters on it, and he was trying to target it too at the same time, and he just laid in this thing, and it just freaking murdered his ass. He got like 28% in there just because of these things blowing on him. And then the next picture I got's a Javelin. I don't use these anymore, but back in the day they were pretty good. But I know that people have them, so, and we'll go over the specials and stuff if you guys want to talk about that for the Javelin. And then there's the Harpoon. I basically build it the same way I would a Javelin with the specials. And then there's this coaxial turret. There's some researchable coax, or not coaxials, but they got the flak and the bombard that you can do that if you're putting any antis in your base. This is the coaxial. There's a Draken coaxial that I don't have that's much better than this. And I don't have a slide of it either, but this is the coaxial. What's that called, Mojo?
I said I will send you one. I'll put it on the page.
Man, you are awesome, brother. But this coaxial turret, I don't know if Mort fleets are coming back in, but if they are, this thing would be probably something that you might want to have in there if they can. I know with the Citadels and all the Mort chuckers that have been from the beginning of the game have got this remote targeting. So however you may have your base built, they can probably park these things outside and then just drive in one Revenge, and if it's got launchers on it or something that'll retarget off of it, that thing could probably rain down mortars on you. And man, it might make a difference if you have one of them, the Drac ones in your base, or one of these.
I had 4 of the Draconium version. I took them all out, so I might have to go back with them.
I just started putting them back in my base last week.
Are you guys getting hit with mortar boats now?
Yes.
How are they doing?
I'm not getting hit by anything really. I don't get it, but anyway.
I get it.
Mojo gets hit, and his base is as strong as mine, and mine is as strong as his. But why don't they hit me?
You're not picking on the right people, maybe.
Maybe
I
you're
don't know.
just prettier.
They just go to Mojo and they go, "Damn, that was tough." Never mind.
Dump the metals down, man.
All right, I'm out.
They like
They're
that.
gonna go.
They like having lube.
I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It might be the name.
But yes, the mortar fleets
User
are
disconnected
definitely,
from your
you know,
channel.
man, I'm fixing to put 2 of those Vendettas in there with mortars and kind of treat them like Citadels were, run it with 3 Revenge.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So my next slide is I think this is my last slide on the turrets that I did as far as what's out there. I put the Gargoyle Death Charge on there. It's short range. This is going to get taken out before it does any damage. But what this does is if the Ghost Crawler comes in your base and it's seen, they're not going to be able to run through one of these. I mean, this thing's going to do some damage if you still have them. I know I just took my last one out. I was saving it just because of that, but it's been a while since I've seen subs in my base. So I think my Frosty made a difference on that.
Okay. What sees a ghost crawler?
Anything with thermo, preferably a Hellstar Proto Nemesis. If you, of course, you don't got one of those, you go with your Frostburn or your Vizago not Interdicker, Vizago. What are the?
Yeah, Interdicker.
Hunter.
Do what?
The prototype hunter.
Yes, Prototype Hunter. That's what I'm thinking. Vizago Prototype Hunter.
What about the Omega Behemoth?
Yeah, you can. I mean, me personally, I just now, of course, started playing with my Ghost Crawler. I prepped my first base today, and did actually use the deep dive to get by one of the Prototype Hunters, but it wasn't. I don't think it was a Vizago Prototype Hunter, because the thermal on those 2 is definitely different. But the Mega Behemoth has 80 or 85.
80.
80. If you got it parked right, I went into a base today with the Ghost Crawler and I couldn't get past it. But I think I could if I drove that deep dive just right.
Just, I got a Frostburn in my base, and they get by it.
Yeah, it's all learned about, because when the Ghost Crawler is in deep dive, you get 3 seconds of no detection. It doesn't matter how close to thermo you get.
All right.
Overlap. I have the Omega Behemoth. Try it.
I think once you get your base weapons up to where you can afford to lose firepower from a ship, if you overlap your thermal, they can't make it, period.
Sorry, guys. Let me get back to where we were here.
I got the Ballista pull up now. That 199 range or 190 range cannon.
User in your channel is recording.
Can't get my screen print to work, but I'm trying to get a picture of the Deadeye Ballista up there. It's got a range of 80 to 200.
Yeah, I had to back out of it, guys, because I was trying to add her, so I'm trying to get back into the pictures. But if you guys want to take a look after the class right there of the ballista is what that other gun is. I don't know. I'm not using any of these. Or is anybody using that rail gun, the ballista, and that other one that's? I guess there was a limited version of this weapon.
That is.
I use the Deadeye.
The Deadeye. Hold on.
Is anybody using that in their base? Do we need to cover it?
I am.
Okay, well, I'll just cover, it's going to be the same as any rail gun, I would assume. So let me get back through my slides. I think we're on that gargoyle depth charge. Okay, so I think that they'll probably pull up one of them draconian coaxials and throw up on there too, but we'll go on. The next slide is your weapons lab. This is basically your base weapons. This is all stuff that you research in your base. This is not a blueprint that you'll get. This is stuff that's researchable. For any low levels, I don't know. Death Stalker, what level are you?
35.
Have you got any other blueprints and what's researchable now?
I'm not sure about that. I'd have to like go in and check.
So what we need to do, we need to hook you up with a mentor at level 35 and get you going right.
Yeah.
You got time tonight to talk after this class?
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, so the next slide was just researchable weapons. It started out with the howitzer cannon and goes up. We've all know, a lot of people that's in our alliance know about this. This is what a mentor will go over if you get one, how to research this and what you need and what you don't need, what you need to spend your time and researching on going forward. But I just got a couple slides of that. And basically, I clicked through all them, and I wanted to talk about these new anti-rocketeer turrets. That's kind of where my class really starts, because I know you guys have got them slides and know what all them are. But these anti-rocketeers, these are new things that they added, I don't know, probably a month ago or so. Took me a while before I even knew they added them. I slipped through me, it missed me. But these things are cool, man. I'm building up one turret to put one of these in my base, because I think they're going to start pinching my crap. And I think that if I got one shot to shoot down their rocket, this is what I want to use. I know that they had other blueprints of some that came out. I don't know if it was a mission, Forsaken mission or what, but does anybody have them or running that old one in there? And how does this compare?
What do you mean the old ones?
There was some that was offered. I don't know if it was in the FM at one time that shot down a rocket, or if it was a weekend.
Okay. You have 3 of them inside your intel lab, 1, 2, and 3. Then they had a special campaign where you could get a number 4, which I just posted a number 4 on the mentor page along with the Deadeye Ballista. Just waiting for admin approval.
So that's an anti-rocketeer turret number 4 is what they offered.
Yeah. It has a 70%. And they are awesome.
What level turret do you have to load that? I think I gotta have a 6.
7.
It requires a 7.
Okay, so before you can place one of these, you need a level 7 turret. I didn't know that yet. I'm just now, I had one turret that I hadn't built yet, so I just started it. So it's going to take a while to get from 1 to 7 to get one of these going, but that's what I'm on now.
I have the one that has a 75% accuracy in my base, and the last 3 bases, it's shot down the pinch coming in to hit the scatter gun.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, and it's got a range of like 40. So I got mine sitting right next to my glacier turret, and sitting next to my glacier is my my big scatter gun. So they're protected.
Yeah, awesome.
Actually, I have 2 of them.
Does that range out to like one of your base guard fleet, one of your boats in that?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. I didn't know how far the range was. I haven't got one on there. I'm just trying to gauge by, what 20 and what 30 is.
Well, it almost covered. I have one over on my island by my Wendigo and my, Frostbite. But it almost covers my whole island.
Awesome. So the next slide. No, go ahead.
I think that would be like a towel and a half outside your radius.
I mean, if you know what my base design is, the way I have mine positioned, all but 2 of my turrets are protected by it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, great.
But it doesn't stop them every single time. It's about a 75%.
Yeah, but at least you got something.
Yes.
So my next slide is the intelligence lab. It's just when you click on your intelligent lab, that's what that brings up. It says blueprints, limited, upgrade, equip, fortify, all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to show what this is saying is that there is a spot that says limited right there. Had to plug in my laptop. I was going dead.
Hey, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go.
All right,
It's all right, bud. Hopefully we're getting it recorded. I keep hearing someone recording, so that's awesome news.
This is all on audio and video.
Sweet. So that intelligence lab, basically what I did was I clicked on the limited. That's the next slide. This is what I have in my limited arsenal. I'm sure people have got a ton more, and I'm sure people have got a less more than this. So this is my stuff. This is what's in my base. This is what I got. So you can see that I don't have all them, that ballista and all that I was talking about, the Wendigo, any of that kind of stuff. But I wanted to show you what I got going on here, man. And some of that stuff is at R15. Some of it's at R9. This is where the retrofit stuff counts. So I just wanted to point that out. That's what's in my limited, in my I guess Intel lab or my blueprint lab. The next slide is back into the researchable stuff. Basically, these are the base specials that you would be going through. Again, if you're level, 1 through 40, and you don't have all this stuff done in your base, get with a mentor on this because you don't need it all. You're going to move on from it, and you're spending a lot of time where you could be getting something else going that you're really going to need. I will tell you right now that the Alabactive panels right now, that's the penetrating one. That is one you're going to need in this raid cycle. So I don't know if you want any kind of missile defense, that's the one you want on there. But I'll go on from there. Base specials again, this is all researchable stuff. That's the side loaders all the way through the enhanced propulsion. But what I wanted to talk about is right here is this thermobolic castings. This is what I put on all my missile turrets. This is what I put on my executioners, Deadeye executioners. I love it. Before that, I was running the Sentinel missiles. I was using the scramjets. I had that on there at the time because I was trying to reach out, but I ended up refitting all them Sentinels that I had with this thermobolic casting. I didn't have the range, but when they started hitting, they started doing damage. So that's some things that your mentor will get with you. But the thermobolic castings is definitely one that I still use today. And the next slide is other things, the enhanced propulsion and the barrage pack, I guess, for the Bombard and the Flax. If you're still running them in your base, like I said, get with a mentor on that, unless you got the Draconian or the coaxial or any of the coaxial turrets. And the next one is the transformers, man. These things are researchable. These are what you want to get once you start getting up there to a level, 6 or 7 turret. You want to get these transformers researched right here because you're going to want to equip them. What's nice about it now is you can equip a turret while you're upgrading a turret, or whether you're building something, you can always equip something. And this is something that you equip. So it's one more things that Kixie has given us in the last few months that we can do both at the same time. It's great. It's made my turrets, seeing how I don't coin them, it's made my turrets go a lot faster. Instead of building this and then trying to put that on there was another build, and I couldn't build anything else. So I'm in full course build again, researching and equipping and upgrading all at the same time. And if you're not getting that done, if you're not getting all them things going on at the same time, that's another thing. A mentor will get you on the right page, and it takes time to play. I mean, so if you guys got time to play, you guys got to have everything going that you can get going. The next slide, depleted uranium shells. This is what goes on them rail guns that I was talking about, the JAVs, the ballistas, the Deadeye ballista, harpoons. This is what it does. You know, it gives you a ballistic damage of 50%, so 50% more than what it says. It's, you know, and you know Kixie's math now. It ain't always right, but you would think that if it was doing 1,000 damage at 50% more, it'd be doing 1,500 damage. So, and it also gives you accuracy. And the next slide is the supercharged EM rails. This is something else that I had on them. This was a FM prize, I believe, or is that where that come from, guys? The FM?
That's where I got it.
I don't know if it's still available in there or if anybody's running any jabs or anything like that, but this is also pretty good. It gives you a critical chance. Basically, you know, it's got 25% to do 300 plus damage to what the already damage is. So if you've got this up to a level 7 and you were running the depleted uranium shells and you were running this special on there, then jabs might really do something with it, hit a critical hit, or them ballistas or that Deadeye ballista. Critical chance with that Deadeye ballista might be pretty big. And the next slide is Fire Support Platform M. This is what I'm running on my executioners. What this does is it gives you the 25% missile range and the penetrative damage. If anybody needs to write that stuff down, man, for the executioners, you're going to want that thermobolic casting and Fire Support Platform M at a level 7 turret. That's going to give you the most damage. I think that I can't remember what the thermobolic casting, the damage was. I didn't get a picture of that. But this is going to add 31%, and I think that thermobolic may be like 40% at the 3. So that's another, you know, I'm hoping another 50% damage, and with a little bit of range. The next slide, Eruption Prior. This is definitely what I use on all my mortars, whether it's APOC, whether it's the Victory mortars. There was another, dang it, APOC. What was the other mortar? There's another ball shooting mortar.
Meteor mortar.
Meteor mortar. If you're running mortars, man, this Eruption Prior is what you definitely want. It gives you the projectile speed, the explosive reload, and the splash. And I wanted to talk about the splash a little bit when I get back to these, the ballist or the ballast. I can't even say the name. Basically the scatter guns. When I get to a level 7, I put this Eruption Prior on there because of this splash, 20% splash. So even though this is for a mortar, if you're trying to create splash for the weapon that already has splash, it'll help, it'll better it. You guys understand that, everybody?
Yep.
Yes.
User was moved out of your
Right
channel.
on. So that Eruption Prior and this hydroxy coated barrels, that's the next slide. That's what I'm using on all my scattergun turrets. That's the 2 specials that I'm running at a level 7 turret.
User in your channel.
That's going to give you a 30% corrosive damage, and it gives you a second multi-shot because that scattergun's a multi-shot. And I believe that there's, well, we're not talking about that. I was going to tell you there's another multi-shot deal, but that's with weapons for boats, so I won't go into that. This is all about turrets. And then the next slide is the retrofit lab. This is where you retro this stuff. I mean, everything you can retro in this game means big stuff. I mean, and if you're, you know, a non-coiner like myself, you see it happen, man. I retro one of these from a 1 to a 2, I see a difference. When I get from a 2 to a 3, I see a difference. When it gets R15, I'm telling you, it's a whole different weapon than what it started out to be as R1. So you guys retro this stuff if you can. I know it takes time to get uranium. If you can't get uranium, man, try to get with your mentor. Try to get with somebody that can prep for you. I've asked a few times, man, and I mean, they were eager to jump out there and do it because it wasn't really costing them, or they were getting ready to get offline and they could put it on repair for the night, and they were willing to do it. So you use our team, man, for this, getting uranium to get this stuff going.
And the biggest thing with retrofitting is when you get into doing the ships, going to armors, retrofit your evade, it makes a hell of a big difference. I've noticed that.
Yeah, anything at R15, man, is working as planned. And I think Kixie, they try to build all these, this FM, all the chores of the game. I think they try to build this raid. I believe that they're trying to build this raid at what our top weapons are and our top stuff. So if you're sitting there and you don't have the weapon retro that you're trying to use in the raid, you're already outgunned just right out of the gate. So try to, and what I said, get with the mentor and get the right things upgraded, because there's a lot of things that I started upgrading months ago that I thought I needed then, and I've had to switch. So I played catch up on this the whole time. I get behind the gun just a little bit because I'm building fleets about a month and a half behind what's brand new. So it's killing me. You guys know it takes 20 to 25 days to build a boat. I'm cringing getting ready to build these subs for this upcoming raid cycle that's coming. And man, I looked at a build today, 28 days. I'm thinking, damn, that's a long build that I can't speed up. The next slide, still in the retrofit lab. I just wanted to show you what I've got at R15 in my retrofit lab in the advanced. This is my base. This is what I've got done. So explosive systems, that eruption prior, I've got it at R15, and this missile platform at R15. And that's all I've got at R15, guys. I got my maneuverability systems. I think that's the guidance scrambler, is all that is at R15. UAV systems that are, we don't use UAVs anymore. Siege battery, I still use this in the game. It's at R15. But as you can see, I didn't scroll up or take a picture of all that, but you can see where I've kind of come across the top of there. I got some R7s and some R10s. But like I said, retrofit everything, that we need in the game. For sure, it makes a difference. And that's all the slides I got. So we can hash out anything that you guys want to talk about. If we want to go back to Apollo. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get back to Mojo posted some slides. Somewhere. Where'd you post your slides at, Mojo?
They're on the mentor page. Should be right below the first posting.
Here, let me refresh.
The ballista picture is underneath the, it's in the comments of the slide that we was just on.
Yeah, there they are. I had to refresh. It wasn't on there. But yeah, if you guys were fortunate enough to get that, click on it, that anti-Rocketeer Turret 4, heck yeah, man, that's a lot better. I never knew what that was because I never could do that weekly stuff. I'm just now getting to the point where I can do it. It just killed me, and I couldn't play the game. I wanted to play the game and do other chores. I was still having to do them into the weekend, so I couldn't do the extra little weekly things that they had going on, but I'm getting to it now. But anti-Rocketeer 4, yeah, 75% accuracy and a reload of 10, which you don't have to worry about that because they're only going to shoot one rocket, and then they're going to have to go back out and get another rocket and try again if this thing hits. So, and I guess 2 of them is what you can have. And then there's the ballista, 1,826 damage, and a reload of 12. So, and the other thing is I don't think that upgrading this, if you can upgrade it, I don't think that you get your reload time any faster on them, do you?
No. It's junk.
Junk, did you hear that? And then there's the Draconian. Are you guys back out on the main page there? Are you guys looking at that? That Draconian... man, I'm hoping they bring this back out because I don't have it and I want it. Yeah, and it's a ballistic weapon also, correct? Is that what it is?
Yes.
So basically, you've got specials in your. Well, you'll obtain blueprints, but there's specials that you can boost up your countermeasures side of this, or you can build it as a ballistic fleet or a ballistic turret. So, how are you guys building it all for the anti side?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome.
I think that new range transformer is going to be a good addition to put on your antis.
Yeah.
It could be, yeah. Great theory, man. I never thought about that. If that boosts that 10% or plus 10, that might be pretty huge. But that's all the slides that I got. What I did was I put that poll up, man. I thank you guys for voting on that and stuff. That's great. I'm hoping that the turret thing kind of helped you. I want you to get with your mentor if you have any questions, or we can hash them out right here. Like I said, bring your pen and pencil. We'll talk about each turret. We'll talk about what special to put on them. We can get with a mentor or get with one of these other guys. We have a fleet and base build. Get your base built correctly. Get the right weapons up front. Get the right weapons in the back. Build them right from the front to the back, I'd say, with the, so they got to sit there and pound on everything or drive through it all to get to your back weapons. That's what I'm having to do now. Is I've used so much power on my back weapons that I'm having to force it back to the front. So I'm a little pissed off about the time I got to take to do that, but I love the game, so I'll continue to go.
All right.